Sam had always carried strength, but today, it felt like it was running out. She was still dealing with the shock and awe of the Harlan miracle, but she knew it was time. She had to decide what to do. Even in Sam's silence, Mia knew how to speak love. Her innocence and never-ending joy spoke volumes. One image, one heartbeat, 1,000 fears. Sam's heart said one thing, and her mind said another. Gina and Elias, now the best of friends, knew something was bothering Sam. They had seen the storm coming. They had each weathered a few of their own, so waited to see what part, if any, they would be called to play. Sometimes the prodigal comes home, not with answers, just questions. Meet Daniel, Sam's boyfriend, the one she thought she would never see again. Some wounds ache before they ever reopen, and Sam's heart was aching. Hearing a vehicle pull up outside, she looked through the blinds. Her heart jumped. How had he found her? Why had he come? Words failed Daniel, but regret didn't. They sat in silence. Elias could feel the tension from his front porch, so he decided to see if he could ease it a little. With Daisy and Pixie close behind, he walked over and introduced himself. Just a few minutes later, Gina came out on her porch, meaning to do a little reading, and noticed Elias walking over to Sam's. She saw a man she didn't recognize sitting next to Sam, and said to herself, "I wonder who that is." She put her book down, and with Duke close behind, made her way across the road. While preparing lunch, Sam confided in Gina her unease and distrust about relationships. Sam said, "I don't want to be controlled, like I can't be me." Gina explained, "Love is not control. It's covenant, God's design. Two become one flesh. The head with helper, love and submit. You each contribute the gifts that complement each other, and these create the whole, or one flesh." At that same time, the guys decided to take a walk. Elias thought to himself, Daniel isn't running from the child. He is running from his own reflection. Daniel broke the silence and said with a bit of frustration in his voice, "What if I'm not man enough?" Elias simply answered, "You want to be a man? Start by choosing to stay." Later that evening, as the sun was setting, Daniel sat on the porch deep in thought. He remembered his talk with Elias, and the scripture he quoted resonated deep in his soul. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. 1 Corinthians 13:7. Later, as they sat together on the porch, so much they both wanted to say. Daniel spoke first, with sincerity and hope. "If you'll let me, I want to try again." That was all that needed to be said. They embraced and allowed the peace that comes with forgiveness to cover them. Later that night, after putting Mia to bed, Sam got on her knees, as she had done every night since the Harlan miracle, and thanked God for his grace. She was again in awe. How he cared about the details in her life. Overwhelmed with his love, tears streamed down her face. She didn't pray for Daniel. She prayed for the courage to follow God's plan, wherever that may lead. The next morning, Sam, Daniel, and Mia walked together, Mia holding their hands and smiling. It wasn't perfect, but it was a beginning. After breakfast, as Mia was playing in her room, Sam and Daniel decided to read the Bible, finding scriptures that talked about marriage and love and relationships. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Ephesians 5:25. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Ecclesiastes 4:12. And with that, Sam's decision had been made. She put her hand on her belly and read, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Psalm 139:14.